This is a special presentation of ESPN, home of the college football playoff, semifinals on New Year's Day.
You're watching Dr. Pepper Championship Week.
Wow! The most fantastic game in history for me at this stadium.
Before that game, everybody believed we could win.
Gives to Williams on the left side. Hits a foot race. He'll win. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Wow! I realized how much faith I have in our team, even when I'm not playing.
Racing into the end zone. Touchdown. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Davis Allen.
He keeps it himself across the 5. Fumbled into the end zone. Clemson recovered.
This team never flinches, never gives up.
Look at the shotgun. Now rolling out to his right. Throws into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Here we go to overtime.
Youngler will keep it himself, and he's across the goal line. Touchdown.
Walk from under center. Hands off to Kyron Williams. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
And here's the last chance for Clemson to win the game.
Uiagalelei throws. Game over. Notre Dame knocks off number 1.
This is a good reminder. We're not guaranteed to win.
This team knew we could go into that game and get a W. That's how we feel going to play them again in this ACC Championship.
College football's biggest star, Trevor Lawrence, a spectator for that classic due to COVID protocol, brings added fuel for a rematch with much higher stakes. Clemson to Charlotte is a well-worn path past the giant beach. This is all brand new for undefeated Notre Dame, a first-ever conference crown to fight for. Can Ian Book match the brilliance from that magic November night in South Bend and beat Clemson for a second time? Welcome to the ACC Football Championship game on ABC, presented by Subway as part of Dr. Pepper Championship Week. And today's collision here in Charlotte between number 3 Clemson and number 2 undefeated Notre Dame, their one and only season here in the ACC. Welcome, Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit. Championship Saturday. The scene shifts here to Charlotte. Congratulations to Ohio State. Oklahoma won their conferences as expected. Now we come to Clemson's backyard. And sometimes the sequel can actually live up to the original. You think of The Empire Strikes Back, Godfather 2. So we can hope, partner. Yeah. A lot to fight for. History on both sides here.
Yeah, what I love about this is there's a lot at stake for both teams. Both teams come into this game kind of with a chip on their shoulder. Clemson wants to avenge that loss, and Notre Dame, they've been playing with a chip on their shoulder all year. So to get them to collide on that last Saturday, it's a lot of fun.
Trevor Lawrence talked about that. Irish students got in his face after that loss in South Bend and let him know about it. He didn't need added fuel, but he's got some now.
Yeah, he's not that kind of guy, but he remembers walking off of that field. He felt like he had to hold James Skowski back, who also didn't play that night. Here's the thing about Clemson with Trevor Lawrence in. We know about his arm. It's the run game. Travis Etienne and 16 Lawrence, something that Notre Dame did not have to be concerned about in the first matchup. Now they do. When you load up against the run, which Notre Dame did against Uiagalelei, now you've got a concern because you got the run game, and of course, you're leaving your corners, which to me is the biggest concern Notre Dame has. The corners on islands against the skill of Clemson. That's a little bit of a catch-22 for the Notre Dame safeties. Do they get up? Do they stay back? I think Clark Lee, the defensive coordinator, will be trying to kind of guess, try to stay one step ahead of Clemson all night.
Yeah, the job is harder, but they think they did a lot of things they can improve upon defensively from that first game. Then you got Ian Book, the 6-footer from California, the scrambler, the dual threat guy, who also arrives with a chip on his shoulder in this game.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Notre Dame, you think about Notre Dame in 2020, I think of physicality. I think of offensive linemen. I think of tight ends. But we also, of course, know what Ian Book brings to the table. Let's talk tonight about what they've got to do with the line of scrimmage. That was second play of the game. If you don't have gap integrity and you miss a gap, you've got 2 guys in one spot. This will happen with 23, Kyron Williams. He's got the speed to make you pay for it. That's why I think Brent Venables has been stressing how important that is to try to get a line. The other thing, and this will be big tonight, his creativity. You better have the ability to squeeze the pocket. You better not get upfield because you give him lanes to step into, and that's where he can create. So Brent Venables said all week, we've been trying to get it, talking about getting a push up the middle, and also on the outside, squeezing him. Make Ian Book play from the pocket. If we can do that, we think we've got a chance to play well defensively.
Handled the bits beautifully in game one, didn't he? Clemson's defensive front is healthier. The Irish offensive line is not healthier. We'll detail that coming up. The ACC Championship and a lot more at stake. The Tigers and the Irish in a beautiful afternoon in Charlotte.